All is Chi, even me, and watch another episode of Raw Chi. Raw Chi moments. Back once again is the Renegade Bogster. Hello, Sifu Boggie here again. Another episode of Raw Chi. So, this one I thought I would do about the Jedi. Maybe obviously because last year the Star Wars movie and the new Star Wars movie has already been filmed in the UK for next year, and there are many other ones being created. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about the Jedi. Funny enough, Star Wars, actually, if you actually go into the information of Star Wars, there are a few blogs, a few reports of how George Lucas actually came up with the story. It's based on Eastern philosophy. In essence, he took certain philosophies of the East, which was the Shaolin arts, and Daoism, and also the samurai. And so a lot of the sword work and a lot of the fighting techniques were from the samurai and were from the Chinese, the Shaolin martial arts and Daoist arts. So there's lots of techniques that you'll see in the whole philosophy of the Sith and the Jedi. The Jedi are very much about counter art techniques, which is very similar to the Chinese style, and very much of certain Daoist styles, where the Sith tends to be more attacking techniques, which is in some ways is very much the samurai and very much the Japanese way. The Japanese way is very much about attack, about doing very quick, fast attacks. Not so much on the defense, it's more about the attack, to the push forwards. So a lot of the Star Wars techniques, the actual word itself, the actual Jedi comes from a word Jedi, which means the followers or keepers of the pillar of light. So the Pillar of Light, they were Egyptian. The Jedi was a group. There was also a prince, I think it was, called Jedi in Egypt. But there was a group of... They were said to be connected to China. They were said to be connected to China and the Daoists. And the Daoists are very known for their QiGongs. And it was these Jedi actually had exercises that looked very similar to QiGongs, exercises that would build up their energy, build up their chi. So the Jedi themselves the word Jedi is actually based on this group of individuals called the Jedi, the followers, the keepers of the Pillar of Light. So there is actually a set of energy exercise, QiGongs, that actually follow the Jedi. Now, there are quite a few people who actually know versions of these exercises. There was a few people in the States that actually teach them. And then there are blogs on how the principles of the Force are actually the same of Daoist principle in Tai Chi and QiGong. And the Force itself is actually, when Yoda talks about the Force, and the words that Yoda uses are very Daoist in nature, and even the way he says it is very Eastern in nature. And so Tai Chi, there are a few Tai Chi writers and Sifu teachers who actually say that about Star Wars itself, the philosophy of the Jedi is actually very similar to the philosophy of Daoism and the philosophy of Tai Chi, and how Tai Chi is taught, but also how the universe flows and how it works. So it's very interesting, the whole Jedi thing, that the fact that there are actual exercises, and the Jedi were actually real people, were a real set of followers of people, the keepers of the Pillar of Light, the knowledge. Well, I'm going to go. I'll be back later. So bye for now. Love, Chi and Shen. Sifu Boggie.
Oh, hello. Don't hesitate. Meditate. Meow.
Raw Chi moments. Hi, Sifu Boggie here again, and welcome to another episode of Raw Chi. So, we talked in the first episode about
Chi and Shen.